push the button. Let's see there. Boy, that's so crazy seeing that name there. I'll tell you, nobody would understand how or why, but it is a full-blown time machine for me. Hello, Mrs. Ryan.
Hello. I still smell like Alex Bloom from hugging him at the door.
You smell like Alex Bloom from hugging him at the door?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Good job, Alex Bloom. What kind of hug was it?
Just a
And what part? What's going on?
cologne smell.
Cologne smell. La, la, la.
Whoopsie.
All right, Mrs. Ryan, let us get situated here. This is, well, how do we explain this? Let's see. We've been gone again, and we're back again, and it looks different again, and we're growing still.
Name of the game.
We've got more new stuff, and the place looks better, and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
How the hell are you doing?
I am feeling okay today,
Yeah?
sir.
You look fabulous.
Thank you. I've had a very productive few days of like talking with people and talking about my old life and figuring out my place in this one. And
Ooh.
yeah.
How's that going?
It's going. I need embracing who I was and who I am and doing what I know. And it's pretty heady, but it's good.
You're coming through it, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah. I do feel like that, and I'm like teetering from being stable. So I'm
teetering from being stable?
Yeah, I'm like one step. Just one step away.
Teetering from being stable sounds like you're about to jump off the ledge.
Nope, going up the mountain.
You're almost about to be stable.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I just want to make sure that if you mean a positive, that you say a positive.
Oh, like when I did this and I meant boop, 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 boop the other day.
All right, Mrs. Ryan. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. Today is Monday, July 30th, 2018. That's not true. I wrote a different card when I wrote Tuesday on it. It's Tuesday, July 31st. I need a different card.
Uh-oh.
I bet I ripped it up. Can you believe that?
No.
Unbelievable. I took one and then I ripped it up. All right. Well, it's nearly the same. All right. I'll try to do that.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do. I mean, I literally ripped it up.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, let's just go down the list here. Opening is taken care of. Hellos are taken care of. We have a bunch of new stuff we want to show everybody and we want to tell people about. We have a bunch of East Coast feeds, though, and I'm thinking instead of just throwing them all into one big barrel, we'll break it up. So do you want to just pop a couple, like do one now and just alternate, maybe swing down the list?
Yeah.
All right, let us check in now with
Steve
Kaz in the East Coast feed. Now, we've had a few days with him here, so we've got a handful. Start slow and strong. Here we go. East Coast feed, Steve Kaz. Roll it, Hal.
Mr. Ryan, Mrs. Ryan, Coraline, you see, we're at brunch today here in Norwalk, Connecticut. Cast the characters. We have Michelle on this side, Megan Cabs over there. We got Zach, we got Lauren and Jess. Say hi, ladies.
I think so.
This happens to be the East Coast feed live from Norwalk, Connecticut. The stopping grounds of one Mr. J. Ryan back in the day. And we have Coraline here, filling out everything. She was spelling East Coast feed. Say it, ladies. East Coast feed. We had Coraline actually spelling out her name. You guys missed it earlier, but she's kind of famous around here. You want that? You good? Sorry, she's very busy. Love you guys.
Love you, Kaz, man.
Oh, he's so good. So good. Yeah. All right, we'll check back in with Kaz in a few minutes because actually, you know what? No, let's do one real quick because I'll show you where he goes next, and then we've got a handful from there. So, one more time, back to the East Coast feed. Steve Kaz checking in elsewhere. Roll it.
Ryan, Mrs. Ryan. Hopefully you can see me. I'm right here. And look who else is here.
YOLO.
Jazzy J.
What up?
Hey. Sarah the Cambodian. And Dana. What's up? Little East Coast feed from a random campsite in upstate New York.
Camping out.
That's Cambodian. This is part one of a bunch.
Part one.
Part one.
Just got here, just beginning.
Ready to go.
200 Jello shots being passed out tonight.
She has some Jello shots, debauchery, the shenanigans. Love you guys. Part one complete.
Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness.
Jello shots, he said?
That's what he said.
Okay.
It's been a long time for me. I mean, I haven't drank in, God, I don't know how long,
Years.
but I don't remember the last time I had Jello shots at all.
No. I don't either. That's so weird.
All right, so we have that. You know what? We have a weekend video, and that's
Okay.
what was different.
Oh,
so
good.
let's get into that real quick because we haven't done that. Actually, it's not a weekend video, but it's just Breakfast Club, real quick,
Okay.
and it's very short.
That was
But,
nice.
Yeah, we had a
I'd
nice
like to do
time.
it.
All right, going over to Newcomb's Ranch on Friday, where we are every Friday with our Porsche friends. Come on up. Roll it, Hal. All right, we haven't made a video in a while. Hi, Mrs. Ryan.
Hi.
Oh, I like your shirt.
Yeah, I do too.
What's going on?
What's going? I'm watching this bird that looks like that one from our old place. Warren.
It's a crow, folks. We're on our way up to Breakfast Club, but we're getting fuel, air, and the other thing we do. Windows, fuel, and air. See you up there. These guys are friends. Caltrans District 7.
Oh my God.
Oh, that BMW. Yeah, we should talk about that. Oh, yeah. There you go.
That was fun.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that BMW that was in the stealth mode there for a second. There were a couple, but the one that in particular there, I'm not going to go back and show the license plate or anything. But I would like to lodge a complaint with the BMW test group about the driver of that particular vehicle who damn near ran over me. Did you guys see that from inside?
Yeah, it was not awesome.
She was literally craned all the way to the left, looking over her left shoulder, and I was trying to get some eye contact. I was crossing the street, and full mash on the throttle, and I leaped out of the way. And I was not, and it's not like I was right in front of the car. I was 40 feet in front of the car, but it's a new car and it's really fast.
Goes
Anyway,
fast.
careful for God's sake, especially up there. You're not supposed to die on the crest as a fucking pedestrian. People go
No
off the
way.
cliff all the time and wreck and stuff, but
Also not cool.
nah, but from stupidity and other things, not generally from just walking.
Yeah, no. It scared the bejesus out of me. But I
Oh,
mean,
so you really did see it, and we haven't talked about this till now.
No, I did see it. I was talking to someone and I literally almost threw up and I turned away and just kept going. When you came back, I was like,
We
"Everything's
locked
fine."
eyes. We locked eyes as she passed, of course, and she kept on going. It was one of those. I just did one of those. Like, are you serious? What do you do? I mean, we all make mistakes, of
Yes.
course. It is what it is. But holy smokes, be more
Whoopsie.
careful. I mean, you're testing a new vehicle that's not even on the. Anyway. Boy, on and on I go with that. Let's see.
Oh.
Well, first of all, can we talk about this? I've never worked with this before. I've never had this type of equipment. I like it.
You do?
You had one.
I'm growing
Guest
into
had
mine.
one.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I like that it makes it, it's sort of, this to me sort of denotes podcast. This is a podcast. It's very radio-like, but podcast for sure. And while this clearly looks like a television studio, it's sort of like, oh, but they're doing a podcast from their home versus like, hey, coming out of the curtain and the whole bit. It's like, it's already Rupert Pupkin. It doesn't, you know what I mean? We don't have to go any deeper.
No, I think that's enough with that. But it feels more being a podcast instead of a talk show. Like have that be the outs.
Huh?
It just seems nicer. I'll leave
Whoopsie daisy.
because that happened.
What
I don't know.
There's
either.
new thing. Oh boy, I really did too much, didn't I? Boy, this is a whole situation now. There's this desk came with some buttons from
Okay.
Dave, and then we've added more.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Everyone seems to remember the train one.
Yeah, I was going to say this run stop button that you can't see over here. That was the elevated train that was in the skyline that went back
Behind
and forth.
him?
Yeah,
Cool.
So that was there, but then we also have here. Okay, so you saw some smoke. Let's also we got another button over here. Let's see if that's it. I think that's it. And then I think I make it look a little nicer.
The magic button.
I don't know. Is that? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good.
It's just the coolest.
Yeah, well, you got to have a little bit of that. I mean, this is a late night playset, right? So
Yeah.
it's just one big toy.
It's all here, and yeah, it's so much fun.
Come on. This is magic. This is literally magic.
It is magic. It transports me to like ice skating and twirling and shit. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, I got to turn everything off, though, or a guest is going to have a wet seat.
Uh-oh.
All right. Sorry, Alex Bloom. Can
No
we
wet
talk
seat
about
for
Alex
you.
Bloom real quick before he gets in here? This is
Yeah.
someone I haven't seen since high school. We went to high school together. He's incredibly accomplished in the same business that we are, different aspects. And this is the first time we've seen each other since.
In a long
with 15
time.
minutes ago. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah. It's
All right.
really neat to I'm looking forward to seeing you guys reconnect and getting to know him just from now versus you have 20 years on me.
Me too. Oh God, look at it in here. I mean, this is really something. It looks like it's starting to get a little Carol Annie, right? A little poltergeisty.
Yeah.
Something took
Go
a
to
bite out
bed.
of me. You got bit. All right, on with the show. So there's buttons, there's new things all over the place. We're figuring it out. But we like toys, of course. We like toys, of course. And then when something happens, when Mrs. Ryan, we can always throw to this now.
Yeah. Oh my. Looks like Lost. I'll take it.
It does a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one too.
It's like the hatch diagram.
The hatch diagram. Oh, you're talking about the Dharma. Yeah. The
Oh,
Dharma feed.
yep.
All right, let's throw another East Coast feed up there, and I want to get Alex in here as soon as possible.
Same.
All right, so he was at a random campsite.
In upstate
try
New
to
York, I heard.
Yeah. While we watch this, we'll just handle some of this stuff in here.
Okay. Back to the campsite and Jello shots.
Yeah. East Coast feed and roll it, Hal.
Mr. Ryan, Mrs. Ryan, Steve Kaz, the East Coast feed, coming to you live from Narrowsburg, New York. A campground. Totally out of my element. That's why we have Dana Hines, my partner in crawl right here. Good morning. Here's all the equipment. Where's Mike? There he is. Say hi, Mike. Mike has the Murray for president. And there's Jazz. Say hi, Jazz.
What up, folks?
There you go. This is all of us at a random campground. As you can see behind us, there's lots of shenanigans and stuff. There's bonfires. We're going rafting and shit soon. So it'll be pretty cool. We'll do some more reports later on. There's a guy playing a guitar randomly behind us.
Get this guy.
And then, hold on.
Been on it.
Everybody coming this way? There's more people coming this way. We got Mike
He
earlier.
doesn't look
Oh,
normal
Mike
for him.
definitely. He has.
What I
What is
know.
that?
And then there's that.
Oh my.
And then there's that. Love you. I was like,
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
jeez.
All right. Well, I've definitely created an atmosphere in here, Mrs. Ryan.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. We tried to clear it out a little bit during the break. Hopefully that'll just blow out of here. Maybe when the AC kicks on. New things.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's ambiance.
Let's do one more East Coast feed and then we'll do a break. All right?
Okay.
Or do you want to do what's going on today?
No, we'll go right to the break.
All right. Fantastic. All right. One more East Coast feed with Danbury Chive, Steve Kaz. Roll it out.
East Coast feed coming to you live from the river at Narrowsburg. In New York. New York in the house. This is New York State Chive, Danbury Chive, enjoying a little charity run. And look, we even have someone who can pedal for us. Motor power, guys. Isn't that nice? Want to give you guys some love. We'll see you.
That's half a horsepower?
That is half a horsepower.
Half a beaten horse.
By the way, he's the guy with the goat, in case you need to know. There you go. Love you guys.
Nice. That was cool. All right. We called an audible there during the break. We love you, first of all, Steve Kaz. Thank you
Yes.
for all of that. I hope you had a
I
great
hope that
time
was fun.
camping. It's a whole different situation here. Kill that. And we decided that we will do one what's going on solely so that I can ask the question that it's on everyone's
Okay.
mind. Mrs. Ryan,
Well,
what's going on?
Da-dun, da-dun. Hilarious. Well, I'll pick one and just say with huge gusto that I'm going to do more work on this, but did you know it's the 30th anniversary of Paul Newman's charity?
Of his charity?
The campground one.
Oh, Hole in the Wall Gang. I didn't know that, but I remember when it started. Alex probably does too.
Yeah.
Paul Newman was a local neighbor and participant in the community in many, many ways. The Hole in the Wall Gang, man, that's cool. We used to do a lot of charity events up at like the amusement parks, Riverside Park and stuff. I remember doing stuff.
Yeah, it seems awesome, and his daughter is apparently running this organization now.
That's awesome. I was actually going to say they've been making some great choices in the supermarket because we buy a lot of their products.
Right. They do the salad dressings and that stuff.
Paul Newman salad oil.
Well, apparently,
Robin Williams used to love Paul Newman salad oil. But yeah, we do their tomato sauces and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, Chloe is the daughter, and apparently she's making a big face of, like, what this is about, of, like, providing opportunities for the campers and stuff, and it just sounds really cool, and I'm so glad that we have a connection with the Porsche community and with Connecticut and Alex.
I'll go one further, and it's me personally, but it's weird, with Alex sitting right here, and the last time I saw Paul Newman was walking from Grand Central to the Ed Sullivan Theater to go see this stuff at a taping for the first time with Shannon Cooney, also from Wilton. And this was like right when the show first started. This was 1993. It was almost 25 years ago.
Wow. The first time you went?
No, the first time I saw it, yeah.
Okay. Oh, God, that's really cool.
Because we used to see him in the community and stuff.
Yeah.
Like and driving up Route 7 and stuff on his little souped up Beetle. But all right, well, that's been what's going on. I didn't know that. Thank you, Mrs. Ryan.
Here we go.
You want to take a quick break and get Alex in here?
That'd be great.
All right. I love you very much.
I love you.
I believe you, too.
But I really do.
I believe you, too. All right. We'll be right back, and Alex Bloom will be here. More after this.
Rock the nation. Rock the nation. Rock the nation. Rock the nation.
We living in a mean time and an aggressive time, a painful time, a time where cynicism rots the vine, and a time where violence blocks the summer shine. Lifetimes go by in a flash, in a search for love, in a search for cash. Everybody wanna be some fat tycoon, everybody wanna be on a tropic honeymoon. Nobody wanna sing a little bit out of tune, or be the backbone of a rebel platoon. It's too soon to step out of line. You might get laughed at, you might get fined, but do you fear me when I say I feel pain every day when I see the way my friends gotta slave and never get ahead of bills they gotta pay? No way, no way. Some make a living doing killing, Colombian penicillin. Some are willing to play the villain, they just chillin' to pass the time, pass the information or pass the wine, pass the buck or pass the baton. But you can't pass the police or the Pentagon, the IRS or the upper echelon. I think it's time to make a move on the contradiction. Bomb, bomb, rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bomb, bomb, the truth shall come, give the corporations of complication. Bomb, bomb, rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bomb, bomb, the truth shall come, give the corporations of complication. Say, ooh, ooh, rock the nation. 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 This is the dawning of our time. I say it one more time to emphasize the meaning of my rhyme. To rise above all the dirt and grime, add the right spice at the right time. Fuck the Constitution. Are we part of the solution, or are we part of the pollution? Sitting by and wondering why things ain't the way we like to find them to be for you and for me, the people over there and the ones in between. Check our habitation. Are we a peace-loving nation? Peace-loving nation. I have a reasonable doubt. I think I just spell it out. There's no need to scream or to shout. The NRA just bought a man's soul, then he jumps up and shouts gun control. The government say that killing's a sin unless you kill a murderer with a lethal syringe. So I ask again, are we peace lovers then? Peace lovers then. Some of them slang guns when they 6 years old. Some of them end up in some 6-foot hole. This whole damn place into lost control. So I raise my voice before I lose my soul. Bomb, bomb, rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bomb, bomb, the truth shall come, give the corporations of complication. Bomb, bomb, rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bomb, bomb, the truth shall come, give the corporations of complication. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, say ooh, ooh, say ooh, ooh. Radio rock the mic. This
is the way I'll express my feelings. Vibe revealed and revolve, spinning on a record, y'all try to confiscate, take what I communicate with. It's ancient, gift to the lips, steady creating, activating, passing vocal violations to the blind plus the seeing. Human doesn't mean just being, becoming. Don't believe it, just be life it. Belongings and beloved, rehearse it or recite it while shining. Drop your guns, move your tongues, battle motivation. No times lyrics come, sometimes fun, others run their mouth or away. My mind's cold beaming like an early sun ray. One day we'll get the picture and all combine. Let's be talking about mind's mind and become one mind. Every piece of the puzzle has its place to build the piece of the puzzle called the human race. Taking it long enough we cross the formal journalistics. Dyslexic critics put backwards to rap words. I'm sure raising my hand with questions and demands, statements in a plan with the map of the land.
Bomb, bomb, rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bomb, bomb, the truth shall come, give the corporations some complication. Bomb, bomb, rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bomb, bomb, the truth shall come, give the corporations some complication. Yeah.
I feel like I'm starting to embrace that as the point.
I think that's it.
And what a great way to come back.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back with Alex Bloom.
Hello.
Holy shit, man.
Hi.
Well, let's see, we can do the math on this, I guess. I graduated in 95. Were we the same year?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So
95.
23 years. It's been since I've seen you.
A long time.
And you guys were in high school together.
We were.
Were you in classes together?
I don't think
That's
probably
a good
not.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Jay's probably a lot smarter than me. I was in all the.
I don't think that's the case.
I was eating Play-Doh till like 11th grade, and then I realized not edible. Well, it is edible, but not supposed to be eaten.
I was flunking out of pretty much everything.
Good for you.
Because I was spending all of my time in the AV building.
That's right.
In the television studio. I was cutting classes, cutting English and arithmetic to go, build a microphone and a backdrop and all that crap.
Jay was kind of this enigmatic person who would appear at, we were both involved in a lot of like the creativity, the arts, all those things from different aspects. And yeah, he would appear, and like I was saying, in the green room, let's call it.
Hey,
sure.
Industry terminology.
Yeah, that means the place where you wait for people who don't know. Yeah, and it may or may not be green. Who knows?
Yeah, ours is not green.
No, it's not, and I found that very distracting. But I always admired him.
Love hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, not anymore.
No.
I saw the whole thing with the bubbles. And I would like to, by the way, be showered with bubbles before I leave.
Oh, before you leave? No
Yeah.
problem.
Well, at any point. I'm down.
Well, if you provide a lull, I'll provide the bubbles.
Yeah, yes. I actually went to a bar called the Hole in the Wall Gang, and they showered me with bubbles.
Is that a weird coincidence? What, with the Paul Newman?
Well,
or is that your...
It was kind of like my bring back.
Oh,
trying
I
to
see.
Put it all together.
I got it.
Anyway, yes, we went to high school together.
Show's not called The Writing Room, Alex. You working out material?
Sure, why not?
I was going to do
That's
comedy
true.
next.
This is definitely the not ready for real talk show. That's very nice of you to say. I can't believe that it's even true because my recollection of all of that time is so vastly different. I was a kid who, first of all, we're talking about Wilton, Connecticut, where we're both from. Were you born and raised there? Did you come up through the whole school?
I was born and raised in Manhattan.
Okay.
And I lived there till
Pardon me.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, actually it was Manhattan.
Yeah, Manhattan.
No, Manhattan.
Well, I'm skipping ahead the question because then when you go New York and then someone goes,
You
where?
bet. Nope, you bet.
So, we're trying to be efficient with time.
Compression.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
I don't
Keep going. And then we moved when I was for high school. And
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Okay, so I had almost the opposite experience. I'm born and raised there, went through the school system, whatever, nursery school, kindergarten first. I think like second or third grade, my parents divorced. So I started going to a different school system, even though my dad still lived in Wilton.
Right.
And then it was high school when I came back. So I came back as a new kid who was really an old kid.
Right.
I mean, I remember Mark Whipple got handcuffed, like with my handcuffs that I brought to school in kindergarten. Oh, they were plastic. But you know what I mean? Like bullshit, because like I wanted to be a cop or whatever the heck. Look at me. I like stupid shit. And it was weird to like come back because everybody was new to me. So you were actually genuinely new also.
I was. You know, Mark Whipple now, he's missing a hand.
What?
No.
That's a dick thing to say because I don't know anybody anymore.
Not true. I mean, as far as I know, that's not true.
I know it's not from my little thing from kindergarten. But
no, but he is into S&M, and so maybe, you know, that's also not
that's
true.
a seed
that's
planted.
Also, yeah,
that's
yeah,
for sure a
that's,
seed
that's
planted.
just a joke. Yeah, I was brand new, and it was, man, it sucked. Like to be new.
Yeah.
I hated it for a long time. And then things got okay.
So was it your freshman year? You did all 4 years there?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's part of it. Because when I came in sophomore year,
right?
And it was already all established. It was the infrastructure was built.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I was full blown new kid, and I was a new kid who thought I was an old kid. I thought I was the kid coming back to Wilton.
Yeah,
and it turned out the preparation that was and just the life experiences that were handed to me. I was not remotely equipped to handle the Wilton school system or just whatever it was a much more elevated platform than I had been used to, so I found myself just kind of winging it through the whole thing and faking it, like fake it till you make it, but in high school.
I think that's what we're all doing.
Is that true, do you think?
It's definitely what I'm still doing.
Well, in life, sure.
Yeah, and it was definitely what I was doing in high school, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I was faking it, I just didn't make it.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe that's part of it. Yeah, well, I guess maybe that's it then. Maybe just everyone has those perspectives. And I haven't been back. It was one of those things. My dad passed away right after high school. And then like we were talking about before the show, the Wilton ties were almost sort of severed a little bit. So I never went back. And I always sort of felt like an outcast in high school anyway. I didn't have a whole lot of friends.
Right.
And because I was doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And then it's just like I never went to reunions or anything. And
yeah,
I was finally
going to say, you did not come to our...
I was going to come to yours, the 20th.
Well, yours too.
Well, the one that you arranged, though. I was going to come to that one, and we had actually arranged it, and then I got a fucking gig where I was unable to. And it was a nightmare gig, and it ended up not working out anyway, and I would have been able to go. It was one of those, just the whole, you know how the business works.
I didn't know you orchestrated.
So sorry about that, but that was the one I actually intended to go to.
It would have been good. Yes, Nicole. So I was the president of our senior class in high school.
Really? Yeah, did you have to run for that position?
I did. Yes, I had to run for it, and for whatever reason, I was elected. I had a whole kind of a PR stunt that I think got me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had this old picture. I had a picture of my great aunt at the time, who she was an older woman, 70 something, and she was holding a big piece of cake.
Okay.
In the picture because it was her birthday. And then I just like made Xerox copies of it, and I made signs that said, "If you vote for me, you'll get a free piece of cake from my Aunt Pearl."
Vote for Alex, there'll be cake or something.
Yeah, and I plastered it all over the place. And I remember we had we had elections and everyone who was running for president, because we all just wanted to like put something on our college resume that you know could like deflect from the F I got in physics or whatever it was. And then so one guy who was running against me was like, "No, if you vote for me, I can't promise you cake." So it was like a jab. Which meantime, why couldn't he? It was just cake.
Whatever.
But we brought my aunt up to Connecticut.
Seriously?
So for my speech, I gave the speech and then brought her out. And she was holding cake.
That's fine.
And I won.
That's a good PR stunt.
Yeah. And little did I know that meant I would be on the hook for planning these reunions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
I don't think I knew anything like that then either, but a friend of mine was apparently the school president and was talking. I ran into her out here one time, and she's like, "I'm planning our reunion." And I was like, I don't know what to say to that. I have no idea. I didn't know you would be doing it.
For the 5-year one, I remember someone.
Oh, did you have to do all of them?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, all right. I didn't realize that.
And then at this past one, people kept coming up to me like, "What are we doing for the 25th?"
Yeah.
And I was like, can we just have this one first? Like, when am I out?
That's the worst.
Yeah. But for the 5-year one, I got a note from a woman or a girl. She was a girl at the time. Now she's a woman. Right? Like the Britney Spears song.
Would there be a name I would know?
I'm not going to say the name.
Oh, I was hoping.
And here's why. Because she wrote to me and said, never invite me to anything that has to do with high school. I hated it. And I never want to hear from you again.
Oh, my.
Smokes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I do know who it is. No, I'm just kidding.
It was you. There was a picture of Jay with
rude.
with a wig. But Facebook kind of it makes it so easy to plan the things, but it also kind of ruins like the spontaneity.
Yeah.
Because you know whatever. There's no more like who's divorced, who got fat, who's all these kids. Like you just know everything.
Yeah.
So instead of being like, oh, what have you been up to? It's just like, so how's that addition on your house?
Yeah.
Not as much fun.
I'm over it. You've totally talked me out of it. I'm not sorry I missed it at all.
No. You'll be there for the 25th, I have a feeling.
I think so.
Yes. We're going to have it here, actually.
Oh, cool. We'll just have an open house
Bubbles,
again.
Smoke. Yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
The truth is, for me, I feel like I'm there, man. This is so weird for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you
to
do.
See
like
someone for the first time in such a long time. My last memory of you is sitting in the theater, the little theater, with a camera, a big camera.
I was working with Jack, the guy who used to, when my dad died, the guy who used to like record all of our theater stuff. He had like a local company and he would do all of the stuff in the whole area. I would like work for him and like record because I knew how to do all the stuff, clearly.
Yeah. You just got such a cool bird's eye view of everything that you were doing.
But I'm assuming this was one of those type scenarios.
Yeah, how to it be? Unless you were just sitting there and I was just randomly
Wouldn't it be weird?
You, yeah.
You know what? I just had things flash into your brain. I remember that we both played piano in high school, but we both often noodled on the same song, which was Just the Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that
right.
funny?
Oh,
it just popped into my head.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Wow, that's
do
funny.
we have a piano here?
Let's bring it out.
Do you still play?
Yes and no. If there's one around, there isn't often one around. That kind of thing. But yeah, if there's a hotel or a cruise ship, man, I go to town.
He plays beautifully.
Oh, him. I thought you meant
I haven't heard you play yet, but this is the first of many times I will see you, and you better play the piano one time.
Have you ever heard of the song Just the Way It Is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did he play it the time we saw him?
Yeah, I think he has to every time.
That's pretty much all he's got. Well, no, and then one other.
Oh, Mandolin Rain.
Yeah.
I actually love Bruce Hornsby,
Sure,
like
why not?
with a passion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I think he's great.
He is.
I would like to know how your dad is doing. Is your dad still alive?
He is.
I was a big fan of your dad.
Yesterday, thank you.
I was. He played Ed Sullivan in one of the theater things we did as well, and it was when I got to know him, and I thought, with the microphone that's actually behind you, and I thought it was kind of cool. He was with the kids, and he was hanging. He was like one of the guys.
Cool.
Yeah. I love my dad, obviously. And he's great. Yesterday I was talking on the phone with my mother, and they were having some kind of back and forth about a propane tank and the barbecue not working. So, as far as I know,
active.
He's
Still active.
He might have burned himself alive.
Could be anything.
As far as I know, yeah, but
might be totally fine.
Yeah, might be totally fine. Yes, he played Ed Sullivan, Bye Bye Birdie.
That's what it was.
And they originally did it. I believe this is correct. If not, whatever. You know, he's getting older, so we'll just convince him that
sure.
It's yeah, he's fine. Both my parents are fine. In case anyone was.
I mean, seriously, you have to say it just in case.
They're at a campground right now. They had it as a recording, I think, at first, but then they wanted him to do it live. The director was like, you know what, do this live.
Yeah.
And then we had a matinee.
You're exactly right about all this. I was there for all of it.
Yeah. We had a matinee, and the matinee was like, a little bit of the older crowd. Because most of the people that were seeing the show really definitely didn't, appreciate an Ed Sullivan impression, let's just say. I mean,
I'm the one guy who got it because of my whole thing.
Right.
Oh,
and I got it because I had to hear it for a long time. But after the matinee, like when he did it, people were freaking out. And I remember like the director came up to him afterwards and he was like, you were the star today. But, so here's a little fun fact. Yeah, yes. And it's still is he still if he were here, he would be telling this story.
Remember the time I played Ed Sullivan?
Yeah, that's going to be his bio. The time I played Ed Sullivan.
Like that.
They still use his recording of Ed Sullivan in Wilton Children's Theater.
No kidding.
When they do
Bye Bye Birdie.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Did you get involved with the Wilton Play Shop at all? Did you ever do any productions there?
One time I auditioned for something in the Wilton Play Shop, and I got it, and then I didn't want to do it.
Really?
It was a summer thing, and I had other stuff that I wanted to do, and that was my involvement. But I've been to the Wilton Play Shop.
Well, there was no anything to that. I was just curious.
Right. No, it didn't. That was something that I was not ever really.
I just remember anytime there was a production, you were involved. Or in Scrivello, the dentist from Audrey 2, Little Shop of Horrors, comes to mind.
Yes, I remember doing that.
Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean,
we actually have a clip of that, of course.
Do you really?
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Oh, no. I've watched this video.
It's up to you.
Pretty rad.
Yeah, sure.
Roll it out.
Who doesn't want to see themselves?
Well, here's the deal. I had to be choosy about the clip because I didn't want to choose anything where you're smacking a woman around or yelling at.
That was real.
It was Carrie Kozlowski, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who actually went on to be a wonderful. She's a wonderful actor.
Absolutely.
Really? Is she out here?
New York, I believe.
No, she's in New York. She's a theater actor. She's so talented.
She's in a movie that you like, though, Practical Magic. She is in the flashback in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She's one of them, I think, way back when or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't remember exactly,
or the mom
but I'm
going to
guess like Nicole Kidman because the blonde hair.
Fair enough.
Who else was in that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
Roll it, Hal.
I guess that's me, Dr. Scribello.
You have an appointment?
No, Seymour Krelborn.
Oh, that's right, the guy with the plans.
Right.
And the Band-Aids.
Right.
And the gun.
Right.
Why are you pointing a gun? Me, Seymour?
Well,
Are you a little nervous about seeing the dentist?
Well, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's only going to hurt a little.
I'm not here for examination.
Of course you need examination.
No.
Say ah.
No.
Say ah! Oh my God, kid! Your mouth's a mess! You got cavities, you got plaque, you're impacted, you're abscessed.
I am?
You're going to need a complete oral exammination. What about we just start with that wisdom tooth? What do you say we just rip that little bugger right out?
I gotta go.
Now, Seymour, there's always time for dental hygiene. Seymour, have you ever seen the results of neglected mouth? Look, Krelborn, one day this could happen to you. Let's stop taking.
Come on.
Go on and on and on.
And now we know I am not an actor.
Oh, I don't
That's not
know.
true.
I don't know. I thought that
disagree.
was. Yeah, and it was. I remember watching the movie at the time because it was relatively recent, but it was Steve Martin was the role that you were doing there, and I thought it was pretty good.
Well, yes, in high school theater, like I found that one of the best keys to success was just imitate the people who people actually liked.
Yeah.
And then that was.
That's what high school's
stops
about.
working. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When did you crack that code, by the way?
Maybe then.
Yeah. Really?
I think maybe. Yeah. I don't.
Mine was about 18, 19 years later.
Yeah. I'm still imitating somebody, just someone that no one likes now. I don't know.
All right. Well, this has been an amazing trip for me down memory lane. What the hell are you up to now? Because you have some pretty cool accomplishments lately that we want to talk about, right?
Sure. Yes. Thank you. Well, I run a production company called Under One Roof Productions, which I
is that all in one place? Is that all located?
The roof is metaphorical.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I run it. I'm the co-founder with my partner Amara Cash, who's just this amazing director, brilliant creative force, really inspiring, and just I've known her forever and really fun to be with and work with on a daily basis. And she's a director, like I said, and we had done some short films, and then recently, about 2 years ago, we embarked on our production company's first feature film called Daddy Issues, and
Saw the trailer. It looks.
Yeah.
It's very like dark,
can't
funny,
wait.
very funny. But
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of everything.
I mean, the subject matter, I guess,
funny.
by nature, is a little bit heavy-ish.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I like to say that this is a movie. It's a story that you've never heard in a style that you've never seen. Mara is just like, she's just such a great, different kind of director. I think it's very exciting to watch, and we have been to a lot of festivals, and we've even won some. And we were just recently had our Los Angeles premiere at OUTFEST a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you keep talking, and I'll put a picture up there.
Okay.
Is that downtown still? At the, I forget the theater name it was
That
at.
was downtown.
Oh, she's
that was,
so pretty.
So you see Amara in the middle.
Yep.
And then that's one of the stars, Montana Manning.
Awesome.
And then that, is
That's
me.
you.
Yeah, right.
And then that guy.
That also is me.
That's also
So
you.
cute.
Yeah, so we had our LA premiere there, and she actually won Best First Feature.
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited about it, and it's doing really well, and we're just about on the cusp of getting it out there for everyone to see. So, if I may say that our Instagram is at Daddy Issues Movie.
Okay.
Please.
And that's where you can keep track of it, and it is just a super visually arresting movie, and great.
There's a
acting,
website as
great
well.
stuff.
You sent me. I
Yeah,
think it's just Daddy Issues.
daddyissuesmovie.com. Everything is Daddy Issues Movie. At Daddy Issues Movie, daddyissuesmovie.com.
So if you Google Daddy Issues movie, it should all come up.
It should, yes.
When's it out?
Well, I'm not 100% sure about that, but we recently signed with a distributor.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's huge. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud of everyone involved.
Cool.
And it was a wonderful experience, and it was really great to see all these different people come together to, make something and work so hard and buy into a vision of a director and just our company. And yeah, it was great.
How did this project come to be? Was it something that she was already working on? Was it something you guys developed together? Did it come to you and you put it together? How did it happen?
Well, it's Amara really had a kind of a vision for this kind of story, a love triangle, a bisexual love triangle, and we had been working around it for a while, exploring different avenues in and out, and then ultimately, as what happens, you find a way that it's all going to come together, and we worked on it, started like really kind of materializing a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And I wrote it, and
but this was developed from within. Then I mean, this
yes,
was a
it
project
was all
that's
an under one roof production. Of
course.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. We took on quite a bit, and I wrote it, and then we would go back and forth and change it, but and not change, but evolve. The process of everything, and it's cool to like write something and then have the director involved in it from the get-go, because you get their like insistence on character development and the benefit of knowing how things are going to come together.
Always been your angle from the beginning as well, even with what you used to do. If you can be involved in an earlier stage, the whole process can go a lot smoother.
When you collaborate with people that you understand from the beginning,
Right,
like,
totally.
it becomes a different kind of awesome project. That's
Totally.
so cool.
Yeah, it was great, and then 2 years later,
Here you are.
And yeah,
and you're winning awards
indie
already.
film, and yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's got to feel good, right?
It does. It feels good. For me, the thing that always feels the best, just to be perfectly honest, is seeing all the people who were involved thriving in their places. That kind of what gets me going.
That makes my heart so happy to hear you say that. It's such a neat thing to say.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you have that perspective always.
That has always been the thing that kind of drives me. I like seeing people succeed, and helping find ways for them to succeed, and just continually pursuing creativity.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
What's your next thing? You guys have anything in development now?
We're working
that you can
on,
talk about?
Yeah, I mean, working on a script with Amara, who had as an idea for a. It's more of a family film, a sports film, kind of a sure how much to say or not say. 'Cause
Sure,
we
of course.
didn't talk about it beforehand, so I don't want to.
No. But you
Tomorrow
have,
we'll
have
have
other
you
stuff
in
you're working
soon.
on.
Yes,
And that
and
will
then
be
I'm
great.
I'm working with a really good comedian on kind of a fun comedy project, and
No names for this?
no. You know, everything is so early in development. It's hard
totally.
to
I'm
like.
just curious.
I'm doing like a just kind of say yes to anything type thing.
Awesome.
I'm trying to figure out what is next.
I love it.
Yeah,
You're in
so-
the swim.
Yeah.
It's a good
That's what it
time.
sounds like.
I do swim. Is that I don't know. Is that a
It
metaphor?
was a metaphor.
Yeah.
In the swim of everything going on around you, you're just going
When the flow
along.
is just really.
Yeah, it's kind of I mean, the past few years. I mean, I don't know if you're like there's been so much going on, and then it's kind of all come down the past few weeks, couple months, and it's you just kind of want to figure out what's next, in the spirit of faking it until you make it. So it's time to fake something.
The landscape out there is different than it's been in a while, and I think that a lot of people are sort of figuring out what the next move is, and I think people are, from my experience anyway, people are deciding whether or not to make changes.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of, you were talking about evolution before. For me and us, it seems to be evolution, but there's a lot of changes going on as well. And I don't know, it sounds like you're open to all that stuff, so I feel like you're going to be just fine.
Thanks. I mean, the worlds where it's so accessible for someone who you haven't seen since 1995 to contact you and then, be here with the both of you, just wonderful people, and then see all this great stuff that you've put together and watch, how, absorb how it's come together. Those types of changes I think are great. We are all able to be so much more connected now. And I am hoping that with that connection, we can really form a spirit of togetherness where all of us in the creative community are, building each other up.
I love this.
Yeah. So,
Did
yeah.
you feel that in when you were growing up in Connecticut? It seems to be a wave that I get from him a lot, and I don't remember it from my experience. But I wasn't there. But was that?
You weren't?
No, surprise.
Oh, okay.
Was that something that they cultivated there in that community?
I think one of the great things about, especially going to high school in a small town type place, where there was like 800 kids at our school.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Now there
Okay.
are thousands, but at the time it was small.
200 per class,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like I knew everyone's name,
Well, you were the president.
That's right. And we all wore name tags. So
It was mandated by
Yeah,
the new
that
president.
helped, that helped,
Nobody
yeah.
wanted to.
right, yeah.
Hi,
They
Bill.
were like, here, you want some cake? Put on this name tag.
Yeah, exactly. Cake and name tags. If only Bernie had run on that, I feel like we would be in a
We'd
very
smooth
different
sailing,
position
yeah,
now. Yeah,
smooth
everyone
sailing.
would be eating and knowing names.
And insured.
Yeah, I think I'm like unintentionally ripping off a Seinfeld. So I'm just going to put it out there. They
Great.
did a thing where the mayor wanted to put everyone in name tags. Lloyd Braun.
Oh, that's right.
He wanted Dinkins thrown on them. So I'm in the spirit
Dinkins,
of
gee whiz.
not ripping off other comedians.
We're
I'm
all
gonna-
borrowing the love.
Anyway, I think one of the great benefits of growing up in a place like Wilton it's a very supportive community from all aspects: the teachers, the parents, your other students, your peers.
Yeah.
I think some of that, unfortunately, has changed. The world is
Different.
very different, and I can't imagine what the high school experience is like now. I mean, they have to think about things that we never thought about. They have to,
The computing power there with the all the stuff
just
blows me
everything.
away.
Everything is just so different, and I don't know if it's the same way now. But one of the things that would be wonderful is if more education communities were based around actual community. It was a neat thing to be able to know that whether you were a football player or running around on stage yelling and
Wearing a
calling
dress
that acting,
sometimes.
yeah, people were going to be there for you, right?
That's really neat.
And that was cool, and that was special, and that was a great part of going to high school in Wilton in the 90s.
I feel like you're really hitting on some good stuff that I haven't been able to ever tell you. Racism comes up a lot just because of the world.
Because you're racist?
No, but I was bringing it up because I thought you were.
Yeah.
No, we grew up in an area where we weren't taught to hate. I wasn't taught to hate.
No.
Everybody was supported. And the fact that you were saying, like, whether you were a jock or a theater geek or whatever, everybody had a support system and everyone supported each other. The theater people went to the games and the jocks went to the theater stuff.
That's true.
That's something that I never factor in. And I bet you're right. I bet that's not that way everywhere. And I don't ever realize
it feels like a more inclusive community than the one I grew up in. So I so appreciate having someone else tell me the same things because it doesn't.
Ooh, sorry about that.
It doesn't always seem like it's a real place, but it sounds really nice.
It was lovely, but in fairness, just as long as you brought it up, I think there were like 3 black kids.
Yeah.
So
well, there was 2 when we were there, and one died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's
way to bring it down.
Buried right next to my dad.
Oh, a double whammy.
Andy Dunn.
Let's talk about more death. Anyway, yeah. So then we were left with 1.
Damian Hooper Campbell.
Yeah, he's amazing. That guy.
So talk about talented.
Yeah. But anyway, there were very few minorities in this area, and I guess what I was kind of alluding to before, but now I could say more directly, is places that are more. I think that unfortunately, places that are a little bit more homogenous in terms of race, you see a lot more support than places that are a little bit more ethnically diverse, and we need to work toward a way where we're not kind of, where we're all supporting ourselves regardless of ethnicity, right? Color, religion, all of those things. We're all jocks and theater geeks and nerds.
I just adore you.
Yeah, stop hanging your hat on the wrong shit, man.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Right? Like, who cares?
Yeah, agreed.
About anything, any of it. We're all
zoom out.
Yeah, we're all going to the same place.
So quickly, too.
Right.
I mean, what the fuck are we fighting for? Or about, rather. I know what we're fighting for. Hey, we're fighting for stuff.
The car accident that you were referring to, by the way, happened right up my road.
Are you serious?
I am.
You'd think you would have remembered it.
Oh, I remembered. They blocked off the road. I was trying to get to work, and I was late.
Oh, wow.
I was very angry, and then all of a sudden not angry because of what happened. I'm going to steer clear of making jokes about that, although it was a car accident. And I just said steer clear.
It was a car accident, yeah.
So,
Sorry,
something.
That's a good pun, though.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd help you out, but it's just so fun to watch as I pass. No, that's not. See, this is terrible because you started the riff thing, and it's like, oh, now we're trying stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey,
Dark.
Can't laugh at a teenager dying. What can you laugh at?
Wow. I don't know. It's funny. I'm going to say it now, but only so I don't forget later. I would love to, before you leave, we want to tell you something. We might be able to work together on something, I think.
Sure. We have a really cool
Sounds
project.
Yeah,
let's make sure we talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all related. So there might be something in the future.
Good. Let's make sure to talk about other stuff on the thing that we can't talk about on the show. Like, I have some things I'm going to tell you guys that are really interesting that I won't say now.
But we can't say now.
No, definitely not.
Cool. I have a question then.
Okay.
That I can ask here. You've been out here for 8 years, you said?
In 2 weeks,
it'll be 8 years?
8 years, yeah.
So do you find LA... Obviously, it's different than Connecticut, whatever.
Yes.
But, like, do you find the feeling of the area different?
Well, I mean, yeah. I moved here from New York.
Okay.
And Manhattan, if you will.
I'm from upstate.
Specific part of New York.
Where upstate?
Near Rochester, like way the
upstate,
fuck up there.
Way upstate, yeah. One
So
time I was dating a woman who I wanted me to be her date to a wedding. And she told me the wedding was in Albany. And then when we got into the car, I discovered that the wedding was in Buffalo, which are two very different.
Why did she?
Because there's like there's a very famous painting or cartoon, if you will. It says like the New Yorker's view of the world.
Yes, there we go.
It's like,
that's what I was.
Yeah. New York. Paris, the equator, the North Pole, whatever. So, like, she just, a lot of people who are like, Albany, Buffalo, Rochester, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, So yeah, I moved here. When I moved here from New York, a lot of people say like, "Hey, what do you like better?" They're very different.
Yeah.
But they're both great. The thing that I think the feeling of New York is a little bit more communal.
Really?
Yeah, I believe that's because of the pedestrian culture, and I think it was a little bit more spontaneous, just because I feel like here you're going out somewhere, you go to dinner, maybe you go have some drinks after dinner, but then you have to make a plan. Like, this is where we're going to go, and then we're going to go here.
It's a production here.
Right.
Versus New York,
right.
you can
Everything
wing
in
it.
LA is a production.
Yeah, you can wing it.
Yeah, you can walk and you can I think you have a chance to discover a little bit more in New York, whether it's a new restaurant, a new bar, a new store, a new homeless person.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But having said that, I haven't lived there in 8 years. I was back a few weeks ago. We had our Daddy Issues showed at the Soho International Film Festival, and that was really cool because like all my friends and family got to see it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
do the red carpet and everything.
Yes, the whole
that's awesome.
thing. Yeah, it was really neat. It was very cool. Well, talk about supportive from the Wilton community. My group of friends, who I have been friends with since high school, were still very close. They were all there.
Awesome.
It was just amazing, and they're all this group of amazing women who are all these fantastic moms and talented in their various careers and lives, and it meant a lot to me that they were kind of all there for me, and we're always there for each other, and that's a nice thing.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah. And my dad was there too, but no Ed Sullivan.
Right. That might have been okay for you,
It could have juiced it up a little.
Oh, I see.
Maybe why not?
To be interviewed.
Something. Yeah. But I do think LA is a little bit more, obviously. I mean, it's more spread out. It's more of a production. Everything here is a production. As a writer, the thing I like about writing in Los Angeles more than I liked about writing in New York is that everyone, or 95% of the people, don't mind you staring at them. They want you to. So eavesdropping and spying on people and trying to get inspired by crazy people, they're fine with it. They're like, great.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for looking at me.
That's a really good point.
Please continue.
It's a really
That's
good point.
so weird.
Whereas in New York, people are like, excuse me, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah.
Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Can I ask what you do for fun? And that sounds like a really canned question, but like, I don't know you. You know what I mean? I don't know who you are. What's your relaxation?
Well, I play piano as a hobby. I spend time with friends. That's always a hard question.
Yeah.
You know what I do for fun?
You don't have to answer it either.
It's fine. I have fun creating. So writing to me is fun, despite the fact that I get paid for it.
It's work and relaxation.
Yeah, I swim. That's a very good thing for relaxation for me. But yeah, I don't know. I try to just live for fun.
You seem very centered and very balanced.
Yeah.
Is that just, are you putting that on, or are you that way?
Well, I think we all can tell that I'm certainly not a good actor. I have tried very hard to try to be a little bit more calm and centered and balanced. But
it's a struggle.
It certainly is. And I am kind of putting it on, but consciously. Like, I'm trying hard to be balanced.
Yeah.
But for real, no, I'm crazy.
But I think I think you saying that is awesome, because that's everybody to me. Yeah. And then the people who can admit it are the ones who have a handle on it. And the people who don't are the ones who are fucking crazy.
Well aware that I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not a good,
I love it.
Fun hang.
I'm not a fun hang.
No,
I'm fucking crazy.
No. If there's a camera on, we're good. Like, I can keep it together. But, after an hour, you're going to be like, okay, I'll see you in another 27 years.
Is it because you are always spooled up creating? She gets that way, and I'm curious. Or it's just always, you're locked and loaded at all times?
Well, I mean, if we're going to be honest, I have a lot of anxiety. I had battled the OCD type stuff for quite a while. And well, if that, you know, that there's kind of like, for me, there's like a many conversations going on all at once. And like the way to block that out is to create stuff, right? So that's why when you say like, what do you do for fun? I like to be doing, right? It's hard for me to kind of just be still and not try to be creating something. Whether I'm doing it with, with Amara, or I have this other, this wonderful friend, Lauren Marie, who's a musician that I play piano with, and she's a great singer, or my friend Ben Zelavansky, who we create stuff together. So that all to me is fun. And then, but it also serves the purpose of kind of keeping me centered.
Yeah, 100%.
Otherwise, you could get carried away.
Begins,
and things can go a little berserk, and all of a sudden, you're up 4 nights in a row.
That's what I was going to. I tend to zoom in.
pacing.
You get too zoomed in on something, and you just got to pull the camera back.
Yeah, and people often kind of. That's I can focus in very tightly. The better ways for me to do that are to be around a lot of noise. Like I write in very noisy settings.
Coffee shops.
Public
places.
Yeah.
Do you wear earphones to block out noise, or do you ingest it as like music. It's constant? Okay.
Except when I'm writing. Then I listen to people, and then to write, I'll write everything down in a notebook, and then when I'm going to write on the computer, Final Draft, whatever, Word, whether depending on what the project is, then I'll listen to music or Howard Stern or New York Sports Radio or something. Just
something to
like
just
to
to have the
constant, yes.
Yeah. We sound similar in our writing process, so it's refreshing to know that I'm not the only lunatic.
No, you're not.
In the background and stuff.
Yeah, because and I always I talk too much, but I'm just like, oh, I heard this show, and I'm not really listening. It's not because I'm writing, like I'm doing something else. It's just background, so I'm self-conscious about it because I want to listen to all that stuff. But
yeah, I think, I mean, for me, it just is very helpful to have a din of conversation. And I think it helps with dialogue, but it also just kind of, like I said, it helps me dial in.
Is it you finding an energy? Is that what it is? Just some kind of...
the pulse of humanity. And that sounds very snobby and...
You're a snob that I love. So
I dig it.
Say that
definitely
over and over. Yeah. So fine.
Crazy snob. Yeah.
Whatever. You say nice things.
We're over the hour, but you mentioned Ben Zelavansky really quick. The last time I actually saw him, we were at Comic-Con working with Children's Hospital, and we were up above. Children's Hospital was doing a panel. Rob Corddry, I don't know if you know who that is.
Sure.
And children, and the whole show. There was a show at Adult Swim Children's Hospital. Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Best ad campaign ever. But anyway, they were doing a panel like on the floor in Comic-Con, live at the WB or whatever. But we were like on the top of their booth was where their like hospitality wait around for your people to get done booth was. And we're sitting up there with Rob's wife, Sandy Corddry, and I'm just, how it is. You're looking upon the whole floor of all of San Diego Comic-Con. And sure enough, right, walking by, looking exactly the same as my memory said, I'm like, I think that's a fucking guy I went to high school with. And we're in a place with like 300,000 people. I mean, it's like, it's certainly possible, but how the hell could you spot him? Anyway, I'm like, I don't know if that's really him or not. And Sandy's, Rob's wife, what's his name? And I was like, it's Ben Zelavansky. I'm not even sure it's him. She just starts screaming, Ben Zelavansky! From the top of Comic-Con, essentially, down over this live thing that they were doing, to the point where the cast all looking up and everything else. He was looking around, couldn't figure out where it came from, and I don't even remember if he ever knew or if he even knows the other side of that story.
Well, now he'll know because I'm sure on this.
But that's
he loves Comic-Con.
That's who it was. It was us and Rob Corddry's
He's
wife.
doing great. He's so talented. He's so funny and such a wonderful friend.
So he's acting now.
Yeah, he's been in like so many of the shows that we all love: Community, Parks and Rec. Don't Trust the Bee.
A friend of ours is, I think, on the Goldbergs, and he's on that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's a reoccurring character on that. Dale.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ben is just the greatest.
Does he still drum? Does he still play?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
he's very
unless
talented.
he's keeping it secret.
You play the piano.
I do.
That's why I was asking. I thought maybe you guys maybe
Jam.
Do a little jam.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. If I had access or a place,
A drum
I mean,
and
I would
piano
totally.
band.
We would have you jam.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Take,
Bruce
take
Springsteen's
the country by storm.
Please don't let me leave before showering me with bubbles.
Bubbles.
See, any reason we can't do that?
I mean,
right
come
now.
on, make my dreams come true.
We'll just do a little of this too, just for the sake of it all.
Oh, and the fight, you get everything.
Smoke.
There we go. Yeah, we'll put it all on for you. Sure.
I would like this to happen every time I enter and leave a room.
Great. We'll see you next week.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, gosh, Alex, you're amazing. I
guys
can't
are
believe that we're here and that we just did this. I hope that we get to do it again.
Yeah,
Sure.
Just for the sake of
So much more to ask.
And socially, I hope that we get to see you. That
Me too.
we're very close, and it seems like we do a lot of similar stuff.
I would love to continue.
Yippee.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
And thanks for spreading the love. You're a really positive force
Yeah.
out there, and I feel that the world needs more of it, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you here. So
Thank you. That means a lot to me, and you guys are great. And I wish you so much great luck with this show. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
thanks, man. All right, Mrs. Ryan, I love you. We love everybody at
Love
home.
you.
What's going on? Oh, I took a picture of the card. I took the pieces out of the trash.
Oh, my.
And put them all. No, I really did. Here,
So
for the
funny.
Sake of, just for the sake of all of that, yeah, I really did.
Right.
I don't know if that even worked.
No.
That's okay. Tomorrow, another WHS alum. You're the first WHS alum, and then tomorrow we have David Graybill
It's awesome.
Yes,
of
we
the
were in
of the
many,
Wilton
shows,
Graybills.
shows
The theater
together.
shows?
Yes, he was
Okay.
he's a couple years older than us, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know his brother. Do you know his brother, Steven?
I do. It's funny, actually. We were auditioning for something, a project we were doing, and he came in to audition
Cool.
for it, and that was like, it was just crazy. What? Yeah.
All right, we love everybody. We will
Love
see
you
you
guys. See you
tomorrow.
Yay.
Bye.